You put him in the side recovery position right away. And you will hear all about the importance of that. And we'll obviously bring you the evidence of all of the warnings that Mr. Chauvin would have received, not just from George Floyd himself, from the calls and crying out by the bystanders, from the approach of the ambulance, from the paramedics and so on, all of whom did their part to encourage him to let up and to get up. You'll be able to consider that too under the umbrella of intent. Now I want to talk with you a second about the evidence on causation, the medical causation in terms of what was happening to Mr. Floyd while he was there on the ground. And if I had to give this part of the evidence, you're going to see a name, I would tell you that you can believe your eyes, that it's a homicide, it's murder. You can believe your eyes. And here's what you'll be able to see for yourself. You'll be able to see every part of what Mr. Floyd went through, from him first crying out, from his effort to move his shoulder to get his breathing, to get room to breathe. You'll be able to hear his voice get deeper and heavier, his words further apart, his respiration more shallow. You'll see him when he goes unconscious. And you'll be able to see the uncontrollable shaking he's doing when he's not breathing anymore, the anoxic seizures from oxygen deprivation. You'll be able to see when he's going through agonal breathing, the involuntary gasping of the body once the heart has stopped from oxygen deficiency. And you'll hear, and are well aware when there was a loss of pulse. You'll hear from a number of experts on the stand that putting a man in the prone position with handcuffs behind his back, somebody on his neck and back pressing down on him for 9 minutes and 29 seconds is enough to take a life. You'll hear that also. You're also going to hear from other experts who will point to the significant evidence of the excessive force that was put on Mr. Floyd's body. You'll be able to see, ladies and gentlemen, the road rash on the shoulders from where he's been pressed into the pavement from the weight on top that stripped off layers of the skin. The same with respect to knuckles on his hand when he's pressing up trying to get room to breathe. The damage to his nose when he pressed his face into the pavement to try to get room to breathe, ladies and gentlemen. You will learn that the last 9 minutes